Do you know what the most valuable asset is a man has? It's not his money, it's not his physique, it's not his house, his car, his job, or any of that shit. It's something completely different. It's something that used to be regarded as the highest thing that you could possibly have as a man. It was the one thing that built foundations, built cities, kept peace, created collaborations beyond our imagining, and made us achieve things that we'd never thought were possible. That was a man's word. The word of a man to trust someone else, to be able to trust in someone, to put your faith into someone, to collaborate. Your word as a man used to be the most important thing throughout all of history. Your family name was tied to your word as a man. People would rather die than break their word because it would tarnish their family names and it would influence the lives of their kids, their wives, and everything and everyone that came after that. Yet now, you can't even stop yourself from having a wank. You can't even get yourself out of bed the time that you want to wake up at. You can't even control what you put into your fucking mouth. You can't even control what you do in the weekends. And the biggest problem is that it's just been so normalized. It's been so fucking normalized. We all pretend like it's fine. We all pretend like it's okay because everyone's fucking lying. And that is the truth. It's just everyone's fucking lying. Everyone's pretending to be someone. Everyone is saying one thing and doing then the exact complete opposite. And I was exactly the same. I used to be very successful with my business, with my sales coaching business, but I was breaking promises with myself every single fucking day. Little promises, like I didn't wake up the time that I was supposed to wake up at, late for appointments, with food, with girls, watching porn, all of those, smoking, for example, drinking, all of these little things that I told myself I wasn't going to do, or, I claimed to be this other person, or at least I should say I pretended to be this other person in front of others, but then I didn't follow through with the person that I claimed I was. It baffles me now as well, where I see so many young men, but it's not even young men, it's older guys as well. In the past, I've worked with a lot of guys, 35, 40, 45 years old, even 50, and they're still little boys, not able to keep their own word, breaking promises every single day, watching porn, drinking in the weekend, still taking cocaine. It's insane. So I know that this is a big thing. And the problem is that it's just been so normalized. And it baffles me how many guys I see who just blatantly say one thing and then just completely do the other thing. They can't fucking stay consistent. They don't even start in most cases. And why don't you start? Well, this is what I want to share in this video. This is why you never really achieve great things, why you are not where you want to be. Because most of you don't even start anymore because you know that you're not going to follow through. Because what happens when you consistently break little promises everywhere in your life, whether it be with drinking, waking up, you can't even stick to a fucking routine, you are confirming a belief that you are not the guy that follows through. And that pattern, if you've done that for long enough time, it becomes a part of your identity. Now, and identity is the biggest driver of behavior. So this is why when you say you want to do something but you don't do it, you defend with your fucking life, you make up excuses to defend that identity. You make up this bullshit narrative story for yourself as to why it's okay that you had a little wank, why it's okay that you had drinks in the weekend, you done cocaine and you took drugs. It's because we want to defend our identity. Because that's the biggest driver of behavior. Not what you want, but it's what you do. So if you don't believe that you're the guy that follows through, if you can't even trust yourself, then how can you achieve the things that you want to achieve? How can you then take on responsibilities? How can you then take risks? Because all of those risks require you to stay consistent, to stay true to your word. But you know already that you're not going to follow through, so you don't even start. This is why big opportunities seem overwhelming, or why you can't stay consistent. And I see it happen with so many guys. It is so fucking normal. We are addicted to our own fucking delusion and we live in this bubble, yet we claim that we want to be someone else. And it's exactly this gap between who we are now, but who we want to be. Because I believe that there is a part of you that really wants to grow, that really wants to achieve a great physique, that really wants to become rich, that really wants to, be able to have good relationships, that wants to make a lot of impact. But then there is the version of you that acts and actually does. The brain doesn't look at what you want, it looks at what you do. And it is exactly this gap which creates cognitive dissonance, which creates this tension, which creates this uneasy feeling of knowing that we should be someone else, but we're not. That's called misalignment. incongruency, and that eats at you. And if you do that for long enough time, eventually it will break. And that's the question that you have to ask yourself. Like, what the fuck needs to change for you in order to just wake the fuck up and be and honor yourself, honor your own word, take yourself seriously? What needs to happen? What do you need to lose? Who needs to leave? How much money do you need to lose, to throw away? How much health scares do you have to experience? Like, what needs to happen for you to finally understand that everything that you have in life is based upon what you do, not on what happened to you? What needs to happen? For me, I'll be very honest with this. I've shared this in my story. I needed to lose everything. My money, my 7-figure business, my Porsche, my penthouse, everything, my reputation, everything got taken away from me externally because of my own actions, because I was living in this bubble of delusion for too long, not willing to see what was going on, telling myself stories that it wasn't that bad. And look what happened. I hit rock bottom. And that's when I decided to change. What I did after I hit rock bottom, the first thing that I had to do was just face the fucking truth, face my actions, take ownership, just see every single fucking thing that I was doing. Be fucking honest with myself for the first time in my life. That's what I did. And that's what you have to do. If you want to change this, guys, if you want to become that fucking guy, if you want to become the best version of yourself, then be honest. Look at yourself. Stop fucking talking. Stop fucking saying that you want to do shit, but actually have a real hard look at yourself and accept that you're fucking lying. Accept that you're lying to yourself, because the moment that you accept that is the moment that it becomes clear, is the moment that you see it, is the moment that something switches in you, which makes you not able to do it again. You become aware. This is what I want you to become. I want you to become aware of the bullshit that you're telling yourself, and I want you to see the pattern, all right? That's so important. Once you do that, and it all comes down to facing yourself, being brutally honest, sitting down, not just once, but consistently. Do this every single week. Look at yourself. Just give yourself a life audit. Where are you fucking faking? Who are you pretending to be, but who are you actually? Because that gap, my friend, eventually, like I said, it is going to break. There is going to come a moment where that breaks, where you can no longer live these two persons. And this is what for most people is called a midlife fucking crisis. I don't want you to go through this when you're 40 or 45 years old. I want you to own this shit now so that you can build the life that you deserve. But you have to be honest with yourself. How can you expect to achieve great things? How can you expect other people to trust you, to want to work with you? How can you expect to build meaningful relationships if you don't even trust yourself, if you can't even keep your own fucking word? And I know a lot of guys, yeah, but I'll do anything for my friends. I wouldn't fucking be your friend if I knew that you cannot even trust yourself, if you cannot keep your own word. I wouldn't be your friend. I wouldn't add to your delusion. I wouldn't want to step into your delusion, because I know sooner or later you're going to fuck me over, because it's just who you are. So if you want to change your outcomes, you have to change who you are. You do that by facing your fucking reality, facing what you've been doing, facing the delusion that is keeping you in the same fucking cycle of misery, and stop fucking pretending. It's okay. Just accept that you are not the person that you want to be, so that you can finally start working on becoming that guy, instead of pretending that you are someone, but acting like someone different. That cognitive dissonance, it's something that you have to look into. It's not good for you, my friend. This is, for me, the thing that changed everything. Just every single aspect of my life is now aligned in truth. If I catch myself not following through with certain things, which still fucking happens. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect 100% every day. I still catch myself missing a routine or not following through on like tiny little things, but it's not consistent anymore. I catch myself and I allow myself to do this, and I make a plan. I tell myself I'm aware of this, and I know that I don't do it again. I won't do it next time. So, and that already has helped me to get so much further in life than I used to be before, because I used to live in this fucking delusion. I used to live in fucking Alice in Wonderland. And the problem is that I was making a lot of money, so I thought I was winning. But I was slowly behind the scenes breaking everything down and keeping this illusion alive by telling myself stories, by creating a narrative. But it is only now that I've been able to face that truth that I've been actually able to create something meaningful, create a life full of purpose, become disciplined and consistent. These are just elements and a byproduct of the changes that I've made inside. So if you want to become relentless, if you want to become the best version of yourself, if you want to become disciplined, Start by telling yourself the truth, whatever it is. Look at your life. Look at all the little things that you know you shouldn't be doing, and mainly in private. Stop telling people what you want to be. Stop telling the world what you are, and start showing yourself who you really are. That is the only thing that matters, because then the rest of the world will calibrate to that level as well. But become aware, guys. That is the key to changing yourself. Stop living in your bullshit. Stop living in your lies. Face the truth. It is fucking uncomfortable, but this is the choice that you have to make. Would you rather spend your life living a comfortable lie with all the results and all the bullshit that comes with that, or would you rather face an uncomfortable truth to live the life that is actually going to give you fulfillment, that is actually going to give you purpose, that is actually going to give you direction, and that is actually going to help you build wealth, relationships, spiritual strength, and a lot of fucking money? Because that is what you want. That is what every single guy wants in life, right? We want to be respected, but we can't even respect ourselves because we don't even keep our own word. So the more that you can keep your own word, the less validation you need from the outside world. And the more the outside world will look at you as someone to be trusted. Everything will come to you because you have this energy that you carry with you when you know who you are. When you say who you are, you say you're going to be. When you do that consistently, people will see that. You don't need to show off anymore. I want you to validate yourself internally instead of seeking it from the outside world, what so many men are doing because they can't do it themselves internally. This is why they keep fucking texting girls, why they keep wanting attention from other people, why they can't be by themselves, why they can't be alone, why they constantly have to see if they can be new friends with everyone. It's fucking bullshit, all right? Face the truth, own your mistakes. It is okay. Maybe you've done some fucked up shit. All of that is okay. Accept it, become aware, and move the fuck on. Become disciplined, become aware, live in truth.